Welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on that 784. We're going to exchange the internal brake transmission with an external. Had to make a few modifications to do it. We're going to put a Cyclops one in, and we're going to use a CV dry shaft. Now this will make it so it has a lot less vibration. Had to make a few modifications. One was I had to put the cross shaft in for the brakes. Had to change the rod that goes down from the actuator on the cross shaft for the pedal. Had to put one in actually off a narrow frame, so it should work. Your dimension is from the first hole right there to the end is 18.5 inches. That's how to line them up. They're a little bit different how they cut them out on the International Cub Cadets. On MTD one, they slice them here and there. They take a little bit out of the frame. So the frames are a little bit stiffer on the original International Harvester Cadets. So we're going to change it out. We're going to put that driver there. Another modification we're going to have to make is we're going to have to change out the battery tray. That is actually out of an 1811. So we're going to get started, and this is not going to be any big job. This will make this machine a lot smoother. There's no question about it. So the first thing we're going to do is put that driver in, 3/16 hex to put that right in, Allen. Now it's a little tight in there with the dual remote valve in there. But we're in good shape. So now we're ready to put the transmission right in. Ready to slide it right in. So we should be locked right in there now. So now we'll put the bolts in the back. Takes a 9/16 to do that. There we go. We're pretty close. That noise you hear, they're brush hogging on the farm right today. So I think they just hit something. Probably hit something they weren't supposed to. If we can get this front one in, we'll put it right in. We're pretty close. We'll go over to the other side before we tighten these up, get the other ones in. Now I know I'm gonna get a lot of fan mail. The machine won't be ever original again. If somebody wants it changed back, I definitely will be able to. It's not like I don't have that rear end. And I just don't like a machine without brakes. Yeah, I could have fixed it. I understand that. But if you ever change one over, you'll see exactly what I mean. It's a lot of difference. I'm gonna put this bolt in too, because it's really close. So far, this one has been pretty easy. I'm gonna spray them down with some WD-40. We're gonna tighten them right up. Now, make sure you tighten them up every so often. Don't break them off. These are grade 8 bolts in this one. You definitely want to use grade 8 bolts because you don't want an issue with them, especially if you have a super. Now, another thing is I forgot to mention when I was putting it in, make sure you have your levers here all folded up. And the reason why, if you don't, you're going to have some issues. I do have some dirt right in that area right there also. I've degreased this machine so many times you can't even imagine. So... I think I'm going to have to tighten that one up manually. Now, we're not that far from trying this one. I am going to make sure it works. And then I'll get the brakes all hooked up. We're going to put the hydraulics on next. Takes 11/16 to hook up the hydraulics. Now, I know I've mentioned this and I sound like a broken record, but get one of these crowfoot wrenches when you're working on it. You need, on a Cadet, you need a 9/16, a 1/2 inch one, and 11/16. And that'll pretty much get you through everything. They're handy on other machines also. Now, them went on a lot better than I anticipated, I'll be honest with you. I thought I'd have a little bit of difficulty with it. But now it's time to hook up the pedal. This is your neutral rod. Now this is where the spring is going to attach. We're going to put a washer on there and a quick pin, and then we're going to put the spring on, and then we're going to hook up the controls, and we're ready to try it. The only thing is I'm going to often film, I have to put the battery back in it, so we have power, obviously. But we're going to try it, fill it full of oil, and then we're going to put on the brakes. Now it's time to hook up the spring, the pedal spring. Now on the left side, you put a longer bolt in the transmission mount, so you hook it on that. I'll show you a good look at that. Then we're gonna put a nut on it. Now right here is the longer bolt, and we're gonna put a nut on that, and we're actually gonna put a lock nut on it. This is very tight. I might have to fast forward it when I edit it, because like I already just dropped that nut. It's 3/8. I'm using a little bit different type of lock nut than original, and like with a shoulder on it, and actually that made it a lot easier to put on. So we're in pretty good shape there. Let's get the shifter hooked up. Takes a 1/2 inch on this side, 7/16 on the inner. So let's get the battery in, and let's give it a try. Now it comes down to the moment of truth. Let's see if she runs, and let's see if this transmission works. Now, I know there's going to be some people that are upset that that's not a true international build now, but you can see how much smoother it is with that CV dry shaft on it. So we're going to get the brakes hooked up, and off in film, I'll get the whole machine together. But I just want to make sure these brakes are going to work, because I did make a modification. I changed the frame, and I want to make sure everything goes back. And the external brakes are just so much better, in my opinion. Now, I know some people are going to say, well, they're not. But to be honest, I think they are. Now, we're going to hook up the other side, and then we're going to compress them, make sure everything looks about right, so we have the right pedal. I think I'm going to loosen that up just a little bit. I'm going to tighten it just a tad. And we're in pretty good shape right there. The pedal's returning. Let's go to the other side. And we're going to check that. Now, I might have to loosen these brakes up a little bit, but they seem to be in pretty good shape. We'll put that quick pin in, and off in film, like I said, I'll get the wheels and everything on. You're going to see this in future videos. Obviously, this one has double hydraulics on it, so we're going to put the hydraulic blade on it. And if we get some snow this year, we're going to plow some snow with it. So, like always, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And like always, we'll see you on the next video.